Hey guys, such an interesting video on the Wild Rift. So today we're back with a Twitch commentary guide, another Twitch commentary guide. And today we're going to be taking a look at AP Twitch again. Now of course I've just taken a look at the new way of playing AP Twitch a mere 2 days ago, and also of course we do have the latest patch 4.2 with all the new items and all, but this was of course recorded before the day before patch 4.2, and I just wanted to cover AP Twitch again, mostly because number one, some people definitely are not convinced AP Twitch is very strong, and number two, the gameplay we had in the supplementary guide was pretty short. It was only a 12-minute game. It was pretty stompy all across the board. So we're going to take another look at AP Twitch. Now I firmly believe that AP Twitch is way stronger than AD Twitch, like I said, unless you have like a Lulu or Yuumi, because Twitch by himself is honestly pretty weak. So playing AP Twitch is a lot stronger. Like you guys can see what I did to Karma here. I removed half of her HP for just a little bit of mine. So I just did the auto E and proc electrocute, and then she is of course taking a lot of damage. So of course, if you guys are curious about what the runes and the build and etc. are, you can refer to the video from 2 days ago that I made explaining in detail what they are. But in this video, we're going to be focusing solely on the gameplay. I mean, right. So here, I'm just getting a little bit of damage onto the Jhin, dodging of course his deadly flourish, and yeah, so of course we're going to play Twitch relatively conservatively in the laning phase. You don't really have to do anything special in the laning phase, especially against a Jhin and a Karma who are both relatively strong in the laning phase. Here I'm again going up to just get a short trade, proc electrocute, and then I'm just going to get back out. Of course Soraka did take a bad trade prior to that, but here I managed to trade back a little bit of health and make sure that the enemy laners are not completely healthy. Now here I tossed out the W, but apparently the bone plating managed to negate like all the damage to the point that Karma's recall wasn't even cancelled, which I found that to be really strange. But anyways, both Jhin and Karma have recalled, so this means that it's time for us to shove the lane and back. So now actually here, what would be ideal is if my Soraka could help me attack the minions and help me shove faster, but of course in solo queue, that's really difficult to communicate, so I'd rather that, you know, she just do nothing than to try to help me and it doesn't work out. So anyways, here I'm going to back. Of course I'm going to build the Stinger as my first item and then get the M-Tome, building towards the Nashor's Tooth, and then we're going to hit back to lane. So far of course not really any action has happened yet, and that is an amazing thing for us because Olaf is a very strong early game. If he ganks us, we could be in trouble. Jhin and Karma are also really strong in lane, so we don't really want to fight them. Twitch is of course pretty weak in lane, but we do have a Soraka with us, so if we get into a long like DPS kind of fight, Soraka can help to kind of sustain us, which there could be an opportunity to do something because of the fact that Soraka has so much healing. And Jhin of course does take time to reload. However, if you notice, Karma does already have the Oblivion Orb, so that would basically mean that it's going to be a lot more difficult to really get a good trade in lane if Karma is around, because we would get the healing reduced and that would make it insanely difficult to win any fight. So of course we're back to the same game plan, which is to farm it up and you know, just get items and you know, fight in the later stages of the game. So here Karma tries to get the root, we just break the chain, and we're just again trading a little bit, autoing whenever we can, just trying to get a little bit of poison on them, a little bit of poke on them. You don't want to really stand and have long DPS trades because Twitch aren't going to win those, especially not with the AP build in particular. Even with the AD build, you're really weak in the early stages of the game, so you don't really win those either. Anyways, here we're just going to CS. And yeah, nothing too much happening. So the dragon is coming up relatively soon, under a minute to the dragon spawn. And so far, literally nothing has happened aside from us just farming and us poking them a little bit in the lane. So that's pretty normal. Majority of Twitch matches are going to go like that. Of course, unless your jungle ganks or the enemy jungle ganks. In this case, it's an isolated 2v2 for now. Here you can see Twisted Fate is actually roaming up. So here we're cautious because Twisted Fate of course can come in with the ulti and you know, make it such that we're outnumbered, stun us in the middle of the lane, and we could be in trouble. But instead, he is the one that gets caught trying to roam up, and he ends up dying to the Shyvana, with the help of the Pyke, of course. Right, so anyways, Here we see Shyvana and Pyke coming in. So here I pop the ulti and blasting the Jhin, expunge to secure the kill. I do take the damage from the Jhin trap, but here nice hook by Pyke to pull Karma back into range, allows Soraka of all people to secure the kill. Now here Olaf tries to trade the kill back and does manage to do so, but I flash the wall to make sure I'm in range to DPS the Olaf, because he's obviously not focusing me, so I'm at no threat anyways. He's focusing the Pyke, which allows me to pick up another kill onto the Olaf. So just like that, in the blink of an eye, we managed to kill the enemy jungle as well as the enemy bot lane. I'm 2-0-1 now, and we've secured the dragon. So that is a pretty amazing chain of events. So here I'm just going to clear out that minion, expunge to secure the cannon, and then we're just going to back and pick up ourselves the Nashor's Tooth. So here, I'm going to continue on to buy the Haunting Guys. I'm not going to go for boots once again because I don't really feel that we need it at the moment. I think just getting to Liandry's at the current stage is a little bit more important. Of course, both of our sums are down, so what we want to do now is to play relatively cautiously. So here I'm stealthing into the lane as usual to just get a little bit of a free trade. So I say free trade, but in reality I commit my ult and everything just to do the damage. I nearly managed to just straight up kill the Karma. Karma is burning from, not burning, but she's getting poisoned from the bleeding, and of course, because we only have one AP item so far, we're not doing a ton of damage, so we don't actually end up killing her. If we had a little bit more AP, you know, that could have been a chance to kill her from the poison, but unfortunately that was not really the case. But either way, we at least force her to recall. Here I'm stealthing in to see if we can do anything about it. Jhin doesn't see me there, obviously because I'm invisible, so this allows me to get a kill onto him. Karma manages to hit the root, and of course it's not too much I can do to her anymore, so I'm just going to shove in the wave, and then we can see if we can pick up some plates. So here, just simply because we walked into tower range, Karma has to cancel her recall and walk further back to recall then. So here we can see Jhin has only just respawned. We know Karma is recalling, so here we can actually secure 3 plates instead of the normal 2. So we are able to pick up those 3 plates. Control ward spotted in the bush, we're going to remove that. And then with the wave in the neutral position, we're going to recall because Jhin is going to make it back into the lane. So we can't really clear that wave in a timely manner. So because I got an extra 400 gold, I'm going to pick up the boots in addition to the blasting wand. Now I have no idea where Jhin went. Maybe Jhin was waiting in base for item or something like that. But Jhin takes a really long time to get back to lane. Karma actually reaches lane before Jhin. And Jhin is now only just making it to lane. So once again I'm going in with the stealth. We can see Shyvana on the way up. So here Shyvana is coming in. Here I pop the ulti, going for the Karma of course. So I managed to get the final hit onto the Karma for the Rampage. Twisted Fate pops the ulti. Olaf is coming as well, so I'm hightailing it out of there all the way back. Soraka is super duper overextended, but thankfully she manages to get out with the help of her flash. And now me and Shyvana are trying to deal damage to the Jhin and the Olaf. Pyke swims his way in with the ulti to secure both of the kills, and I believe that I got the kill goal from the Pyke passive on both of them. Pyke does end up trading his life, but overall it's a positive trade. So I'm 4-0-3, and I'm at 7.4k gold at this point. So I have a really decent lead. I complete the Liandry's and built the Boots of Fear. Pyke also above 7k, and on the enemy team, no one is even at 7k yet. Twisted Fate and Olaf are closing in on 7k, but not quite there yet. Here I try to actually go for the all-in onto the Twisted Fate. So here I'm just using everything I have basically, but it's of course not enough because I can't really one-shot anyone without the death cap. When I get to that point, I could possibly one-shot somebody, but with Olaf showing up, I can't really even run him down. So here I'm stealthing back into the top lane, just in case they overcommit to getting a tower push. I can easily catch them out and hopefully, you know, get a kill on one or both of them, but they both rotated mid instead, as you guys can see from the minimap. And instead here we're going to push out the next wave, and then we can start to rotate. We have Liandry's and Nashor's Tooth at this point. So here I see a big fight going on at mid. So instead of fully committing to pushing the wave, I'm gonna rotate mid so that I can help my team. Olaf is trying to chase down the Soraka. Here I'm just popping pretty much everything aside from my ulti because I didn't feel like I needed my ulti. Now here I get caught by Twisted Fate and Jhin. If I sidestep that Jhin route, I think I actually would have been fine, but Twisted Fate's electrocute procs, and because of that I do end up going down eventually. Pretty unfortunate there, giving the shutdown over to the Twisted Fate, which all things considered is not really the worst target in the world to give. I wouldn't really want to give it to Vayne or Olaf, so it's not the worst thing in the world. They do end up getting caught though, but however, the Pyke ult does kind of whiff, but Twisted Fate has nowhere to run anyway, so they do end up getting the kill on him eventually. Aatrox running down the Jhin, but runs straight into Karma. Next dragon is, of course, spawning. You can see Vayne in the bottom lane, just pushing in the lane. Of course, she has kind of been getting fed just from killing Aatrox. Aatrox is 1-5 at the current moment, and Vayne is of course 4-3, getting a lot of the kills from Aatrox. So here we control ward the Dragon Pit, and we're of course going for the dragon. You can see Olaf coming in from the mid lane to contest, but we are able to secure the dragon with the Twitch poison of all things. So Shyvana kind of smited a little bit too early there. But yeah, Olaf doesn't make it there in time. Jhin tries to steal with his ulti, doesn't really work, and overall we do manage to secure the dragon. So here Herald's the next target. The Shyvana ult into hook onto the Twisted Fate. Here I'm standing behind, popping the ulti. I spot the Vayne, one-shot the Vayne using the help of the Electrocute, and I also get the kill on Twisted Fate from the burn. Here my team is going on to the Herald. In the meantime, I'm zoning Karma away. The Olaf is coming in, and at this point he tries to go for a trade kill because there's no way out. He does end up dying though and not really getting anything. I flash for the Karma. I'm pretty sure the poison will kill her, and it does, so next we can go for the Jhin. I stand behind the Pyke so that he can tank the Jhin W for me, and this allows me to run after the Jhin and secure the kill on him. Here we have the Herald, so we're going to Herald down in the mid lane. And here the Herald's going to get a charge into the inhibitor. And honestly, I felt over here we should have committed to going for the inhibitor. It's only at 500 HP. Instead, here we get a pull, and with the help of the expunge and the poison, I'm going to kill the Vayne easily. I think we could have committed to going for that inhibitor, but we end up not doing that. Twisted Fate comes in with the gold card onto the Soraka to secure the kill. Here I'm trying to go for him with the help of the poison and all. Full stacks ready to expunge, and there we go, expunge for the kill. Of course, with the stun on the gold card, couldn't really press expunge until I got out of the CC, but overall gives us a bunch of kills and allows us to actually secure both the death cap as well as the stasis. Now at this point I'm 11-1-4. You can see how strong AP Twitch is. Like, we're carrying a team that has you know, a 1-6 Olaf, who of course in turn, you know, caused the fed Vayne on the enemy team. I mean, the rest of our team is kind of doing okay. Shyvana's actually doing really well. Pyke is just doing alright. Soraka's doing alright. No one is really feeling that hard aside from the Aatrox. And on the side of the enemy team, it's really mostly Olaf and Vayne who are, you know, pretty strong at the current stage. So still a pretty competitive match. Here we're rotating over because it looks like Olaf is overcommitting. We spot Jhin as well. So here I'm popping the ulti, getting all the stacks on Olaf and expunging for the kill. Here I get maximum stacks on Jhin. I'm continuing to blast him. I believe the poison should kill him. And yep, the poison does end up killing him before we even manage to toss the W onto him. So you can see, as I explained in the previous video, that Twitch's poison when you build AP and you reach like 3 items is absolutely insane, because we have the Twitch poison combined stacking with the Liandry's poison damage as well. So combined double sources of poison, you know, enemies are taking a whole lot of damage. Here Twisted Fate pops the ulti. Of course, Twisted Fate kind of is a hard counter to Twitch, because even in your stealth, Twisted Fate ulti is able to spot you, which is of course, you know, that's not really a good thing. So yeah, anyways, here we're just farming the jungle in between since we have a little bit of time. And here, the reason why we're pinging for Baron is because we can see Olaf and Karma in the top lane now. You don't have to have a whole enemy team dead to do Baron. Like, if the jungle's on the opposite side of the map, together the support or something like that, you can easily just start up the Baron, because, you know, they're gonna be in a 3v5, you know, at best. So yeah, but because our team is very slow to actually respond and start the Baron, we decide a better idea is to just set a trap, because now we've cleared out 2 wards. So they kind of know we're in the area, and I expected them to face check us knowing that we're quote-unquote doing Baron, but that ends up not actually happening. So here we end up chasing them down instead. Vayne isn't here, so this is going to be a 5v4 if the rest of the team shows up. Olaf and Jin come in with like sort of a flank. I end up flashing towards their base because Olaf and Jin are there. So anyways, here I am able to pick up the kill onto Olaf, and then I'm going to pop my stasis. Here I'm invis, so I'm trying to like, you know, chase down the two of them. Vayne finally comes over but just gets instantly bursted from the Twitch combo and she just does go down. Here Jin and Karma are on the chase. I do get rooted. It's me and Shyvana versus Karma and Jin. Unfortunately, Karma and Jin are just too healthy. Here I'm trying to get poison stacks onto them to try to kill them. Not kill them, but like try to chunk them out using the help of the poison. Now here my ult is about to come back up. So here I was thinking that maybe I can, you know, burst them down. Unfortunately, I don't have my electrocute. And it ends up that I do end up dying. However, because of the poison, Jin does end up dying as well. So overall, it's a 1-for-1 trade. Shutdown goes to Karma, which once again is not too bad because Karma is building supportive. She's not building damage or anything like that. So Karma getting the kill is alright. Previous kill going to Twisted Fate, that's also alright. It's better than giving it to anyone else on their team. The worst is Olaf and Vayne, and then of course followed by Jin. Anyways, here the next dragon has spawned, and because I'm dead for another 20 seconds and Shyvana isn't even alive, we shouldn't be contesting this dragon at all. So what happens instead is Soraka eats a stun card to the face and ends up just giving over her life. So we shouldn't be contesting the dragon at all. Anyways, she did end up delaying time because of her death for Shyvana to respawn, and now Shyvana and Pyke are going into contest. Shyvana tries to go in for the steal. Unfortunately, is a second or so too late. Pyke gets to execute onto the Vayne. Shyvana gets run down. Pyke decides to run the opposite direction in order to not, of course, put himself in danger. And Pyke is starting to get run down, flashes away. Olaf is running down the Aatrox. Aatrox also really low in danger. Here I'm back from the grave, and here I pop the ulti, make sure I get maximum stacks on everybody, then I expunge. Olaf and Twisted Fate are about to die. Twisted Fate does die to the poison. Olaf dies to the poison as well. And here we can spot Karma and Jin left. Of course, Vayne did die earlier. Now Jin tries his best, but does end up dying to me eventually, same as the Karma, so I end up picking up the quadra kill. Unfortunately though, Vayne wasn't even alive at this point to try to get the penta. Seems to be a huge trend with me and Twitch that I always get quadras on Twitch and never get pentas. Kind of unfortunate, but you know, it is what it is. So Pyke is going to secure the mid wave. I mean, I don't even really know why, because there's not a lot we can do about that. He's getting run down by Vayne, and Vayne actually flashed to run after him, so I guess he got a free Vayne flash, which is kind of significant. Here, just counter jungling the enemy. I'm taking their Krugs, I'm taking their red buff. And here my team is starting up the Baron, so off of the red buff, I'm going to quickly rotate there. Here I was actually pretty afraid that Twisted Fate is going to teleport to where I am, but once again, he doesn't have a lot of damage. He doesn't have Death Cap yet. He's going for a more utility kind of build so far, so I'm pretty safe in terms of that. So here I get my stacks onto the Baron. Here we focus down the Vayne first. We get the kill onto the Vayne. I'm kiting away, going for the kill onto the Twisted Fate. Of course, you can see my DPS here is not too high with my auto attacks, but with the poison, we can actually finish him off. Olaf dies in the meanwhile, and again only the enemy Jin and Karma are alive. So here we're sort of chasing after them, but the game is pretty much won already. We got the Baron and we have a wave in mid to push with, so whether they live or die, we're gonna win the game here anyways. But we do end up finishing off the Jin. So here I'm actually just focusing the base, but since Karma is here, just get a kill on her before we end the game. So everyone focusing Karma goes down, and then we do secure the victory. So leave you guys with the stats as usual. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and goodbye.